Hello and thank you for joining us for Tuesday Talking Points. This week's title called The Magic of Accountability. A lot of leaders have catchy slogans on their desk. Many believe in them. The two-word sign on my desk genuinely summarizes my whole philosophy. I'm responsible. Nothing builds confidence in a leader more than a willingness to take responsibility for what happens during his watch. One might add that nothing builds a stronger case for holding employees to a higher standard than a boss who holds himself to even higher ones. Those words were the opening lines from Rudy Giuliani's book called Leadership, as he was recounting his days as mayor of New York City. In his book, Giuliani discussed the leadership and accountability tactics he used to lower the crime rate in New York by 70%, and this is how he did it. In the 1980s and 1990s, New York City averaged 9 to 10,000 felonies a week, and between 1,800 to 2,200 murders a year. New York's dangerous reputation was legendary. Frankly, I knew that and heard about that because I lived not too far away. This momentous change toward accountability began with ample motivation, the escalating crime rate. The biggest initiative that the mayor and the department heads executed to reverse these trends was increase the level of accountability throughout the city. The next step was holding borough police stations accountable. Officers were required to write up crime reports and enter them into a computerized system immediately after a crime, unlike what was done in previous years. At the same time, as described in Leadership, they set their sights on clarifying the purpose of the police department and crafting performance indicators to tell them whether their goals were being met. Accountability, once again. This new process was called ComStat, which was the name of their new computer system that did all the performance measurement. At the heart was the weekly meeting, often referred to as the crown jewel of the administration's push for accountability. Here, borough command's feet were held to the fire in a sense. Previously, a tough task in a highly unionized department. This helped to keep the officers motivated to improve and also provide a forum for planning and fine-tuning the team's goals and recognizing effective team members. The results were truly extraordinary. Over 8 years, the city realized dramatic decreases in crime trends, especially in overall crime and murder rates, down 70% and 65% respectively, as well as decreases in overtime expenditures and sick leave, something that they also experienced in the correctional department, which they went to next. Here's the point of this week's story. New York's new performance management system back then demonstrated all the elements of an effective activity management system, and it directly parallels the kind found in most successful practices and firms that we see across the country. They started with a purpose: define their goals, developed and collected metrics to measure effectiveness. Why do metrics matter? Because recording and tracking vital trends helps avoid the tendency to distort reality based on emotions. Then they use both positive and negative reinforcements to improve behavior. That's the magic of accountability. They use it to set and achieve goals, improve performance, and help everyone become their best. And you can too.